Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this overcast episode of We Talk. We are so thankful for the rain. Please stay tuned for our interview as we are talking to Sven Erik of the O Shift Dance Studio. Heading over to our website for some news. The delegation of the European Union in Namibia, in collaboration with the city of Windhoek, held a cleanup campaign in the areas of Havana and Umgungava recently. Every year, the EU organizes an ocean activism and awareness-raising campaign, EU Beach Cleanup, featuring events across the world. This year, EU Namibia teamed up with the city of Windhoek, Hagegeinkop Secondary School, and the Havana Primary School, Namibia Institute for Democracy and Physically Active Youth, to host the annual cleanup campaign in Namibia. The main stakeholders were the learners from grade 5 to 7 and 11s. The EU believes that everyone can make a real difference in our blue planet, taking responsible action as individuals and collectively. Sinaka Antila, EU ambassador to Namibia, who led the campaign, was happy with the response from the schools by allowing the learners to join the activities to keep the environments clean. She said a single plastic bag may not seem like much, but when it is part of the millions of tons of litter, it ends up polluting our environment. Each one of us should take simple actions to prevent pollution at all cost. We congratulate Namibia, and Windhoek specifically, for being one of the cleanest cities in Africa. Our efforts are complementary for the status quo to remain. The EU is funding the recently commissioned twinning project on improving solid waste management in the capital, where the city of Windhoek enters into partnership with the Free Hanseatic city of Bremen in Germany. The overall objective of the project is to improve municipal waste management, complementing the city of Windhoek's goal to eliminate the amount of newly added landfill waste by establishing a 100% recyclable and reuse quota by 2030. The EU is spearheading global efforts to reduce and avoid plastic pollution, including marine litter. Next to ambitious reuse and recycling targets, EU policy helps reduce single-use plastic and microplastics as well as waste from lost fishing gear. The EU also supports related R&D, while other actions include fishing for litter campaigns where EU fishermen are engaged in cleaning up the ocean. The United States government donated 124,000 doses of Pfizer BioNTech COVID-19 vaccines to Namibia. The vaccines arrived last Friday following the first consignment of 100,620 doses that arrived on 24 September. To date, the US government has donated over 224,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine to Namibia. These vaccines are part of 200 million vaccine doses the US has donated globally to date. This milestone is a major step towards the administration's goal of delivering 1.1 billion vaccine doses worldwide. Working together with COVAX, the WHO, UNICEF and partner countries, the United States is committed to donating the 1.1 billion vaccine doses to where they are needed most to end this global pandemic. This has been a very difficult year for the people of Namibia, but things are looking up. The arrival of these safe and effective vaccines is one of the factors that is helping to make things easier and to help life get back to normal again, said the US Embassy Ches Long at the handover ceremony. The timing of the arrival of the vaccine coincides with the launch of the National Activation Campaign and roadshows to encourage the public to get vaccinated. Please take the opportunity to protect yourself and do your part to protect your family, your country, and your economy by getting vaccinated. Namibia Wildlife Resorts collaborated with 10 social media influencers on its first ever social media influencer program to create awareness of its resorts to a younger demographic. The program provided each influencer with an opportunity to visit any 5 NWR establishments to create content for various social media platforms. Through this collaboration, NWR offered each influencer complimentary accommodation, meals, and activities. In return, they created relevant content that was shared on the various NWR social media platforms under the hashtag NWR Moments. NWR is pleased to have collaborated with the social media influencers, says the Corporate Communications, Online Media and Sponsorship Manager. They assisted the team in providing insights into their resorts and drove sales from their respective social media followers. We must equally acknowledge and thank each social media influencer for availing their professional service at no monetary cost. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm joined with Sven Erik here from O Shift Dance Studio. Thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for coming. Thanks for coming through.
Quickly tell us, where does your passion and love for dance and the arts come from?
Goodness. I think when I was like yay high, I was about 2 and I was dancing on tables. I would literally like in my nappy climb onto the coffee table and start like gyrating and dancing and stuff. My mother says I had rhythms from like day 1. So I guess there was this weird trajectory that in my mind it was always going to be. And I think when I was in high school, I finished high school in Namapai. It just sort of came down to the wire where I was like, what am I going to do with my life? And then I had parents that were nice enough to say, well, listen, try it. And if you suck and if it fails, then you can always, you know, become a doctor or something later. But, you know, 12 years, 13 years later, and we're still going, so.
That's amazing to have that support from parents.
Yeah.
I think the general rule is for them to say,
yes.
go get where there's money at the end of the month.
Go for the money. Ladies and gentlemen, go for the money. No, I'm joking. No, I've been very lucky. My parents have been incredibly supportive, like throughout my journey. I mean, even when I was performing in Cape Town, every musical, every ballet production, everything, they would just literally, they would hop on a plane and they would come, you know, like, so there's a lot of privilege and there's a lot of fortunate and just an incredible family bond. So yeah, I was very fortunate. I mean, there have been times where they like raised an eyebrow going, how long are we doing this for? Is this still gonna? But it's gone strength to strength, and I think now that I'm sort of grounding my own space and I'm sort of creating courses, and it's becoming a lot more cerebral and a lot more like my time and I'm not just like, please sir, can I get a job, sir, please sir? You know, it's a lot more I'm in control, and I think that pleases them. As business people, they are like, cool, this is much better. Thank you.
Tell us about your studio. What are you trying to create?
So I've literally been sitting on this space for over a year trying to figure out what is the best way forward. And I think the thing that sort of landed for me is people don't have time and people are in a rush most of the time. So creating a class system that goes every Monday and Tuesday for a year, whatever, you know, that sort of thing it's not really manageable for many, because there's children, there's work, there's all these things, and especially with the pandemic, everything's sort of shifted. Like 9 to 5 no longer means 9 to 5. It means 9 and then some, and then not at all, and then 4 days in a row. And do you know what I mean? So it really is so up and down and sideways. So I decided to come up with a system where I teach courses. Okay. So I'm currently running a ballet course and a contemporary course. The ballet course happens on a Monday and Wednesday evening, but it's only 6 weeks. So I get you for 2 nights a week for 6 weeks. So you are able to commit, come through, do the things, have the fun, and then you can go back to your life, basically. And then obviously from there on, these are just the first 2 courses that I've built. There will be more. There'll be the next level up, and there'll be contemporary, and then there'll be all kinds of movement things, and then also some fitness stuff. That's like that's sort of the evening run of O-Shift. And then during the day, I'm pretty much a private dance coach or personal trainer, etc., whatever you need, mobility coach, movement coach, anything that involves your body and you enjoying it, that's what I'm here for. So I am kind of running those 2 tracks at the same time. And then next year, I do think that I'll start creating some classes that are maybe in the mornings or over lunch that are sort of staples, that are sort of pop in. So you don't have to commit to a course just yet. You can pop into a class and then figure out. But I mean, the course thing has worked amazingly well. My first course was sold out within a weekend, and the second course was sold out in a day. So it's been really great. I've been very fortunate in that sense. So my plan has worked.
Yay. And you're keeping your parents happy.
Yes.
What does the industry in Namibia look like?
So I think the industry in Namibia is pretty much freelance to the nth degree. I think I've performed here myself a few times. It is very sporadic. There isn't really a lot of work. If you don't have a day job, it doesn't really work out well for you. You kind of need to have a alternate source of income, which is unfortunate because obviously there's a lot of talent here and there's a lot of people that would thrive on that. There are people who are making it work, absolutely, but it requires a lot of grit, a lot of time, and a lot of networking. So it's a tough one, especially now in COVID. There's basically no industry, but the great thing that COVID did, it forced many of us to come together and collaborate and figure out, how do we do things? How do we shape things? And that's been really great. There are obviously many other dance studios here. There's a lot of people teaching dance, and that's a lot more like, you know, sequenced and whatever. And I really didn't want to become another studio that does the same thing. So I'm definitely aimed much more at adults that want to move, adults that want to reconnect to their body. I'm also very much in the woo-woo space, the spiritual space and whatever, so there is a lot of energetic output and energetic sort of inclusion that comes into it, some meditation, all kinds of things. So it's really a holistic sort of space and program that we do here.
With the pandemic, even without the pandemic, why is a holistic approach to movement so important?
We get stuck up here. We sort of get stuck in our brain, and we are stressed, we are disconnected, we feel overwhelmed, we feel panicked, worried, and the quickest and almost only way to get rid of it, minus, you know, pharmaceuticals, is to stop, breathe, and connect. And what I found in my journey into this holistic healing space was that when you actually take the time to connect to your body, you understand how much sits in your body, either trauma or just tension or whatever. And as soon as you start opening those channels, because it's all energy really, as soon as you start opening those channels, not just circulation, but also energetic flow, all of a sudden you have a deeper sense of connection and a deeper sense of grounding, which can calm you the F down when things just feel too much. So luckily, because people, all of a sudden the handbrake got pulled of life, and we all had to be like, what do we do now? Now we have time, we have to sit in a lockdown, and what the donor do we do? And I think everyone started to realize, I'm not happy, I'm not coping, this is actually a problem for me, etc., etc. And then it opened the space for many to finally go and seek a little bit of healing, a little bit of grounding, a little bit of calming and whatever. And so there's different levels to everything. But generally, I like that this space offers you more than just dance. It offers you something that actually has healing potential and a holistic space to it. Yeah.
That sounds so interesting. I think you might double as a therapist.
Yeah.
You might have some crying people in your studio.
Yes, they must come. I love holding space, and you know, I do offer a little bit of that here and there as well. Obviously not as a therapist, but sort of as more in the style of life coaching or energy healing or whatever. But again, it really is only if you're inspired to, you know, connect and you want to like help. And that being said, I mean, the amount of conversations that are just being had and then the tears just flow and whatever, it's just a natural progression into it. And I love it. Like come for the lessons, come for the healing, come for the wisdom that I will just, you know, wax out.
Thank you so much. I hope your studio fills up fast.
Yes, thank you. I'm sure it will.
And maybe I will come join you.
Come join. You absolutely should. You absolutely should.
I can do with some healing space myself.
Come through, especially with, you know, the home life being stressful. You definitely want to come through and have, so you can find me on Instagram at oshift_studio. Like basically get on the waiting list for next year if you're keen. Come through.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Oshift Studio here in Windhoek. We'll be back shortly.
Bye.
If you're feeling how I'm feeling and you know I won't stop, all you gotta do is take our love to the top. If I got it and you want it and you'll never let it drop, all we gotta do is take our love to the top. I will ride for you, baby, even die for you. When I'm loving you, but my heart don't stop.
And for today's life hack, if you spilled some nail polish, simply pour a large amount of white sugar on top of it. This will make the nail polish clump so you can easily sweep it up. Next up, Jeanette Diergaard for our Flex Minute.
Strike it gold and win 5,000 Namibian dollars in cash with Neo Paints. Simply buy Neo Paints products from the selected range and stand a chance to get one of 12 mystery buckets filled with gold paint. All 12 winners will each get 3 extra paint buckets equal to their purchase. One to replace the gold paint, the second to use on your project, and the third to give to a charity of their choice. One winner can score another 10,000 Namibian dollars by showing us your creative use of the golden paint. The best project wins the cash. Offer is valid from 27 September to 18 December at your favorite hardware store nationwide. Visit us at neopaints.com for more competition details and follow us on Facebook for weekly competition updates. Neo Paints, a coat of excellence.
Welcome back everyone, I'm Jeanette Diergaard, your presenter for Flex, and I am self-flexing with my resistance band. So today's one we will be doing a back extension, bringing our leg forward, and then we will also be doing some back leg extension pulses. So we're just going to extend it there and bring it forward. So up and forward. So if you need any extra support to do this, then get it. You can use a chair, you can use the wall. So you want to bring it up, engage that glutes, and up again. So you'll definitely feel this. This is a great movement to work on that gluteus minimus. So your gluteus muscle actually has different parts to it. And now we're just going to do a back extension pulse. So you'll literally point that toe, support on the one leg, and bring it up. So by working this one leg, you'll definitely feel it if you do them after each other. There's 1,000 workouts available for working out with resistance bands. So just find them and do them. Let's just quickly do the other side, just a quick pulse. And then remember 1, 2, 3, let's bring it to the side. So we are gonna do a quick combo there. So we're gonna pass it out and bring it forward. 1, 2, 3, and forward. Just 4, 10 seconds and forward. So you can do this for as long as you want to. Add a few things to it and incorporate different combos with your workout, and then you'll just have a great glute workout. That brings us to the end of this one. I'll see you all next time.
The My In A Property Show provides viewers with the best-in-class property content, from looking for the perfect house to transforming it to the perfect home, with focus on interior designing, transforming your garden into a tranquil haven, to going green and having the funds and security of financing and insurance. The My In A Property Show has it all. Tune in and make your house a home with our monthly My In A Property Show on Wednesday evenings at 6:30 on all the NMH Facebook platforms and our website TV channel 1UP2, 1UP2.com.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of our show for today. Please join us again tomorrow as we celebrate Pink Day with the Cancer Association of Namibia. Same place, same time. See you then.